iHeart Podcasts. Hear more Gold 101.7 podcasts,
playlists, and listen live on the free iHeart app.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
On the cutting room floor, have you ever wanted to scale Mount Everest?
No, I've done a story for Beyond 2000, a series of stories in the Himalayas, as I like to say, in the Himalayas, but I flew in via a helicopter. Right. I didn't do any trekking, even walking up to my room at the end of the evening.
A helicopter.
I was out of breath. I have no interest in climbing Everest.
With the helicopter, where did you go? You didn't go to the top of Mount Everest because that's 30,000 feet.
No, we didn't go to I'm saying we flew into the Himalayas and we did some stories with some people and some eco stuff we were doing there. But no, I didn't go to the top of Everest.
Yep. It's a story that's come out right now. People and it's sort of eco-tourism. People climbing Mount Everest, and 2025 has been the biggest ever year for people scaling Mount Everest. And the big thing is the Nepalese, they make a lot of money out of this, but other people are saying it's time to respect the mountain. And when you look at those pictures of queues of 300 people waiting to summit, but I kind of have empathy for those people, whoever they might be. They've all tried to get up there, and you're like, imagine 298 in the queue of 300, and all of a sudden the weather closes. You came so close to getting to Everest.
Well, it's a Sherpa who has posted these pictures saying, come on, this only serves short-term pride. You're putting immense pressure on our sacred mountain. This is a Sherpa saying it's time to reflect. We must pause and reconsider how we approach Everest, not just for ourselves, but for the mountain's future. But you're right. When you look at when someone has a photo taken at the top of the mountain, it's them and those incredible mountain peaks behind them. It looks like you're the only person in the world. But from this angle, you see 250 people snaking up that mountain in the freezing cold, waiting their turn. And as you say, they're all looking at the weather closing in or looking at the day closing in, the darkness coming. They're thinking, my God, I've come all this way and I may not get my photo.
I may not get my photo, but what do people expect? A gift shop up the top there?
It's a little bit like a rite of passage, and I think I'm right in saying that more men do this than women. It's like Kokoda. This is the midlife test yourself.
Yeah. Well, what about that guy that his wife wanted to do it? They both went up there. They got to near the summit. She died, and he had to leave her up there.
Cripes.
He didn't even want to go on this thing. What about Meg in the prod pod? That's the producer's pod. Meg, who, had no interest in scaling Everest, and her dad wanted to go to base camp as a bit of a bucket list thing. So he's the one that's doing all the training.
She trained with him.
Meg vapes on the quarter hour.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, Dad ends up getting
altitude sickness,
has to go to a Nepalese hospital. Meg ends up at base camp by herself doing selfie fingers. It's a cruel mistress.
Do you have a feeling that you need to test yourself?
No, I test myself every day by riding a motorcycle into work. That's the length of testing that I need.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the third world. To be frank, I don't need to travel to the third world. I can see pictures of it.
You want to get enlightened with a beer.
Yeah, I want to go to places like Greece is as about third world as I will go.
You want a flushing toilet.
Yeah, well, in Greece, if you don't know this, when you do a poo, you've got to put your toilet paper in a bin next to the toilet because their plumbing system, they didn't, they might have come up with philosophy, but they didn't come up with plumbing like the Romans did. Don't point that out to them. They get a bit upset about it. But nonetheless.
Do you want philosophy or do you want plumbing? You can't have both.
I want to flush my toilet paper.
I want to rip out the works of Plato and flush them down the toilet.
So that's the extent of my travels. I know that you want to go and eat some seeds sitting cross-legged while some Buddhist talks to you. I'm not interested
in that. I'm not interested in that. My fantasy is about living in a Tuscan village and taking cooking classes and slicing tomatoes and serving food on enormous platters. That's what I'd like.
But when you say you were slicing tomatoes.
And rooting Italians.
Oh, okay.
I said that to shock you.
Right, well, you did. I was shocked. I'm not wearing the Dolmio grin anymore.
Okay, kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more of Jonesy and Amanda's Cutting Room Floor.